Well, it was any win's a great win for us. I will tell you that. I thought we fought hard. We had a couple of laps, but we got the job done, and we had balanced scoring, and that's huge for us offensively. Defensively, I keep saying we got it. We got to get better. We got to get better. Got to be more consistent, and we got to have discipline. But we'll continue to work on that and continue to get better in that aspect, that phase of our game.
Holly, did you think maybe after the week off that the defense would be better than it was? Because it looked like Vanderbilt got, particularly in the second half, got a lot of easy shots against you guys.
I did. I thought we would be more consistent, John. It goes back, like I said, I thought we would be more disciplined because we did work on it quite a bit. We were giving up penetrations to the basket. We ran into screens. And it's a good team for us to try to get better on defense. They're such a very well coached offensive team, and they're difficult to play because they shoot. Any team that shoots a three and penetrates, it's difficult. And I thought at times we got good stops, and then we gave up easy drives to the basket. And that's go back, and we just got to keep going back, and we got to keep getting better.
Are you surprised that you were played that well offensively, given the fact that you took a week off?
Well, Dan, we haven't really focused a lot on our offense. I know that's a sign of a great coach. We've been focusing on defense and we score. I go back. This is a very good offensive team when we're all clicking in the ball move. We have ball movement, player movement, and the ball gets to touch a lot of hands. But we just. At times, I think we get up and then we just stop playing. And like I said, I think today was an example of us being undisciplined on the defensive end. We stop, they shot fake, we go up. We've got to learn get some discipline in our game.
Do you feel like when you shoot the ball this well that they subconsciously or maybe consciously they just think, well, we don't really have to
I guess. I don't sometimes know what they think, but I do. I think that they think they can outscore people, which is great when the ball's falling. But there's going to be a night when the ball is not falling. Then what are you going to lay your hat on? And you've got to go back, and your defense and your rebound has to be solid. It has to be solid. So that's why we keep emphasizing that, and we keep pushing them and working towards that goal is to become a much better defensive team and more consistently. I thought she was huge today. I thought Jasmine Jones played. She played on the offensive end. She's a great defender for us, and she got huge rebounds. I thought the time she went in, I thought she was about to hit her head on the rim. She came out of nowhere, and that's her athleticism, and that's how she plays. She's an X factor for us. I just think when we need a stop, we need a rebound, a bucket, she seems to be the one to get it.
She was talking about how she was more patient and composed. What allows for her to, you figured out what allows for that? Because a lot of times she doesn't.
I thought today she was real quiet and shoot around, real quiet in pregame, and I was a little concerned. But I guess she needs to be quiet more often because she played a heck of a game. So I don't, I stopped trying to figure out these kids a long time ago, these young ladies a long time ago, of how to get up. And we're going to keep motivated. But she was more composed. She was. She played within the team. By far one of her best games.
Do you think coaches usually talk about defense as though it's mainly about effort? But, do you think there's a chance maybe this team just isn't as talented defensively as offense?
I don't think it's about effort. I go back to it's just discipline. It's getting on the help side and helping. It's not getting beat on a back door because you're standing up and not in a basketball stance. It's staying on your feet when somebody has a shot fake and you jump and then they go by you. I think ours is I think they know what to do. They've been taught what to do. I think it's just at some moment during the game they have a lapse and they're just undisciplined, and that's our job as coaches. We've got to get them more disciplined, and we may not be I think this is probably one of our most consistent defensive teams, but we get a little impatient at times and get out of our stance, and it's just a matter of us going back and going over and over and just staying with it.
When you say one of your more consistent defensive teams, I mean, how far back are you going there? You just mean the last few years?
Well, I think probably the last couple of years, because I think this team has in practice we commit to it. I think we get stops when we need to. I think this team understands the importance more of on the defensive end, and for the most part, this team does not let their offense affect their defense. Not all the time, but for the most part, they understand the importance of the defense. That's probably why I'm saying more consistent.
You've had your own injury issues this year. I mean, it feels kind of going against a team that's had even greater injury problems than this year.
Yeah, I said to Mel before the game, she's lost 1, 2. I don't know why Clark. I'm sure Clark for some reason sick. Well, yeah. So I mean, she's lost some key players for her. And I understand it because we have too. So it's something that she's had to deal with. And you look at who's on the floor and how they competed with us. I thought they played hard, and she's having to deal with injuries. And having Clark out was huge for her as well. So she basically has 3 starters out that didn't play. And I think Fogey that's a huge loss for her. But I'm going to give them credit. They stepped up and they competed and they played.
Holly, emotionally for you before the game, presenting your sister's ball.
Right.
What was that like for you, and was it hard enough to focus on the game that soon after the emotion?
Well, it is difficult because when you know what you're here for, we're here raising awareness for breast cancer, and then when my sister had to battle that, it is difficult, and to see her there, and to see her, that's a survivor, and so absolutely emotional, yes. I gave her a ball and said, she's my greatest hero, because she is, because as we're battling a game and we're concerned about a game, that is a battle of life. So you talk about mental toughness, just understanding what you have to go through, and so I understand it, so I keep it in perspective. So I would put her battle first before anything with basketball and anything. That's a mental toughness, and that's courage to say that, you're dealing with it, and let's go, let's battle it. So, and I know Maria Cornelius as well as a reporter and battling it too. So my thoughts and prayers are with her as well. We're going to do we're going to do all we can to see it outside today, but I understand there was a ton of survivors that stood up, and it's just we've got to stay on this and find a cure, because it's just everybody has been touched by it. So that's my passion, is to stay focused on it and continue to do what we do. So all right, we good? Thank you. Y'all look good in pink, Dan. You look beautiful in pink. Women like men in pink.